Hello, everyone. Welcome to Small Talk. Well, with me once again, there she's been here before. This is my friend Teng Mackay. Welcome back to the show, Teng.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me then, Nancy. This time we're not doing cupcakes, but we can always do similar projects like that.
Right, but you're here to talk about two different things, right?
Yeah.
First of all, is that you're a teacher, a music teacher,
Yes.
right? So talk about that first.
Well, I am a piano teacher and I teach at the Academy of Music. And I'm also a mobile teacher, as in I go to my students' house to teach.
Look at
And
this. I'm going to show you this.
oh, you know what? Is it coming out as opposite
No, it'll
ways?
be fine once it's on the, it shows us when we look at it, it looks backwards, but
I
it should be
see.
fine.
And how good are my dabble skills, Nancy?
Well, it looks really nice, actually. Miss Teng Mackay, Piano Studio, and the phone number is there, but I will also have it written down so people can see that as well, okay?
Yeah, what I love teaching families probably is the very nice family feel that I have. They call me Miss Tang.
That's cute.
You know,
Yeah.
and they ask questions. My students ask questions, the parents ask questions, and they become my family.
How long you been teaching?
Actually, more than 30 years.
Wow.
Yes.
So how old were you when you started piano lessons?
I was only 7 years old. We lived in Singapore. My family, my parents, they were civil workers, as in you don't make a lot of money. So piano lessons are luxuries.
Right.
And my parents did have to make sacrifices. But I think we grew up in an environment where you work very hard.
Yeah.
You work very hard at school, you don't take things for granted.
Right, yeah, absolutely. And that's the world that, like when we, same with me, when we were younger, everybody worked hard, right? And you took pride and it didn't matter what kind of job it was,
Exactly.
You could work at McDonald's. Now, sometimes people say, "Oh, I would never work at McDonald's." Why not? It's a good, secure job. You get paid once a week or whatever it is, take pride in what you do, period.
Exactly.
Right?
So I think what my job entails sometimes is telling the kids, hey, there is all of these, I have a spectrum of kids that come from different families, and there are all of these, I would say, distraction that they already have, as in going to the mall, watching TV, but their parents honestly want them to learn a skill. So that much I would say as a parent, right?
Yeah.
If you know that your kid is gonna be doing well at art, be it drawing or music making, I would say invest the money, right?
Yeah.
There is always a child's mind has so much to offer.
Yeah.
Because they absorb when they were very young. And there's actually studies that show that about 10 years old is where their hearing kind of dips down a bit. And that's a bit hard to start. So the earlier you can start piano lessons or group lessons, right? The babies. Actually, babies, they even start listening to music in the mother's womb. Right. Is that great? Yeah. Which is why they have a research that says if your parents are both musical, 100%, you would be able to send them to any form of music, voice, piano, flute, violin, or I'm sure through your contacts, if a kid loves to dance or if a kid loves art.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting because both my children, they took organ lessons because that's what my son wanted, and my daughter wanted to do what her brother was doing. Music, especially for my son, I would say more so my son, music has followed him all through his life. Now he uses a synthesizer. He builds his own. And he writes in his own music now, composes his own music, right? And he doesn't sell it. This is in China. He goes to different places in China with a group that like-minded people and they perform.
Wow.
and it's so interesting. For my daughter, she got into playing drums, but it's like the same thing, when you learn, as you say, when you learn young, it does stick with you, even if you drop it for a
Yes.
while, you often come back to it.
How cool are your stories? Because that's
Yeah.
exactly what happened during your parenthood, right?
Yeah.
And today I'm also talking about how I'm having a variety show this Friday. My students are doing that.
That's so
And
cool.
yes, and they're performing classical music, they are doing pop songs, and we are fundraising for secondary characters who I just found out that Googling it, the person that I had in mind to fundraise for, because I thought, if I'm doing something like that, might as well make my students know, what can be done along the way. So they can be in a musical, right? Secondary Characters is a musical theater company in
Okay.
Chilliwack, a nonprofit one. The directors are Shelley Wojcik and Nicola Davies. So these are opportunities for your young kids or young adults to make a difference to your lives, I think. How cool is that when you sing a song?
Yeah.
And you acted a sketch.
Yeah, it's something enjoyable to do. It's something that everybody gets something out of.
Yes.
You're not hanging around at the mall, you're not hanging around doing drugs, you're doing something positive,
Exactly.
right? So, okay, so the fundraiser is this Friday, and where is the fundraiser taking place?
The fundraiser silent auction is at the Cultural Center, Performance Studio AD studio, and we have already King's Music, Jessica Stevenson, who donated yoga passes just like this, So, and you and your sister, Nancy, thank you very much. We're gonna have a piece of art both from you. It will be such an honor for us to, invite you to our auction and and my show if you're able to come.
Thank you.
And yeah, it will be fun.
Thank you. I'm going to a retirement party,
Oh,
unfortunately.
sure.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But I think I told my sister and I were always happy to donate paintings. We think it's great that people want them. To us it's like, really? Like we think, really?
Why not?
Well,
And that's
it's the way-
exactly what I think we are doing too. You get somebody to play on the piano or somebody to sing. It's like you sit back and you listen and you enjoy
Yeah.
the colors of music or the colors that you put on paper.
Right, yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing. So if somebody wanted to donate now, it's never too late, right?
Mhm.
Who did they contact? How would they do that?
I think they can call me on my phone, or they can send an email. It will be tengmackay@yahoo.ca. And
Okay, so I'll make sure, and you're on Facebook.
that's
So
right. I'm on
so you can
Facebook.
contact her on Facebook, and I'll make
Yes.
sure I'll have her phone number written down for you, that you can see that. And or even you can contact even the culture center. I imagine they could contact there,
Yes.
right? How can I donate a gift to, for the fundraiser to
Secondary characters.
secondary characters. So there's all kinds of ways you can help out. And it's nothing, nobody's asking you to send like tons of money or donate things you can't afford. Like, it's not about that. Just doing something for the young people that is positive. And we should always be encouraging. I'm a parent, Teng's a parent, and a lot of people are grandparents that have young children learning music or being part of characters. So what is it? Secondary characters, sorry. So it's always good to, if you can help them, encourage them to do that. And by doing people you don't know, if you're helping somebody's kid, they might think nobody's going to help us. Well, when they start seeing things coming in that people are, hey, they want you to continue what you're doing.
Exactly.
Right? Then they can talk to their friends about it, maybe that are not involved. And, you get that whole ball rolling for everybody.
And you brought up a very interesting things that my students are going to, a few of them are actually going to sing pop song. One is going to do Taylor Swift, the other one, one or two Miley Cyrus Flowers, and one Billie Eilish song. So I'm not saying that it's no good to go to the mall and learn all these. Sometimes one might think it's materialistic because a Taylor Swift ticket costs tons. However, I'm hoping that my students will learn how to read music and see how this is done. Right?
Very good,
So
yes.
instead of going to the mall, you can also do music at home. You can also go to the classical side and read about the composers that wrote your music hundreds of years ago, and they're still playing it today. Why? Because this is art. You can look at the painting over and over again and see different enjoyment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Right?
If somebody gets something out of it.
That's right.
So, what time does the event start, by the way?
Okay, so the silent auction starts at 5 and I will go up till 6. And my own variety show will start at 6:30.
Okay, so that's this Friday.
April 12th.
April 12th at the Culture Center. If you've forgotten which room it is, you just, when you go into Culture Center, there's people there at the desk that you can just ask and they will certainly direct you to the right spot. So 5 o'clock, the silent auction starts.
Yes.
And your event starts at 6, did you say, or 6:30? 6:30. So, I used to volunteer at the Culture Center, and when I say it's like when you go to a live event, it is so enjoyable because you get all of that energy that's in the room, right? And you get to share that with the kids that are on stage, or whether they're performing, whether they're performing music or singing, whatever. It's just such a wonderful feeling.
The preparation, number one, I think they're excited.
Yeah.
Number two, they get their grandparents to come and watch. Number two. Number three, after that, we're having a little reception, getting pizza, getting them to bring, drinks and pop and stuff like that.
There might even be cupcakes. You never know.
Courtesy of Nancy. Oh my gosh, what would I do without you? And the other thing is, this event is going to be like all the other events a kid would have, lasting memories.
Yeah. For sure.
They say in the head.
Absolutely.
Right?
For sure.
That day, that evening, I played a song or I sang a song and I ate cupcakes.
And I remember from I used to do improv and I used to do stand-up comedy, and being on the stage and having a good event is it's something you take with you forever. As you said, the kids are going to remember it forever.
Yes.
They really are, right?
Yes. And I think as parents, that's what we do. We provide as much opportunities for them to do positive things. And then from there we go. It is not a very friendly world sometimes. They have to have outlets like this, I think.
Absolutely. So it's 5 o'clock at the Culture Center. Okay, this Friday coming up. All right. And Teng Mackay. She's on Facebook. You can get a hold of her. I will have her phone number for you. If you're looking to have piano lessons and you like the idea of somebody coming to your house or your children going with other children, whatever it is. I love this. That's so cool. So get out there and just enjoy a really good evening. And everybody says my cupcakes taste good. So there you go.
2 thumbs up for her cupcakes. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, thank you everybody for watching the show. I hope you continue to do so. Take care, everybody, and peace out. Oh, look at me.